to the Lord, coming back to Christ. And I'll look, this is a story for another day, but I did grow up in church straight away, but I'm back, okay? And when I was coming back to God, starting to go back to church, I started to go to Bible study, all of the things, there was this conflict that began to ensue in my mind, like this battle. Is this really real? Is God really real? And, so I just want to encourage any of you that might be struggling with those thoughts that have come across this video today. Like, I've been there. I know what it's all about. And the Lord definitely came to see about me. And I'm not an anomaly, okay? Like, I'm not this special super saint, okay? He wants to communicate to you as well. And so in this whole, when I was experiencing those thoughts, I didn't actually talk about it. I didn't verbalize it to anybody. Just kind of would think about it. And then maybe it'll kind of just go dormant for a little bit, but then it will come back. But then I kind of figured like, well, you know what? Hey, I'm sure I'll learn more in church, okay? Because y'all's even going to Bible study, okay? So that tells you something. And so I was like, look, it'll all get figured out, okay? And I just had like a sensing that it was like the enemy was just fighting at me because he didn't want me to come to God. Like for some reason, it was like I had a knowing of that, okay? And, he is a resistor, okay? He resists what God is trying to do and how God is trying to show us what he really intended, right, from the very beginning. So, y'all, this was the catalyst of it all, okay? One day, the thoughts were back, and it was, like, heavy, meaning that it was bombarding me, so much so that I got a literal headache, okay? Like a literal headache came from this as I was driving home from work. I remember this day like it was yesterday, and I was at a red light. I had tears in my eyes, y'all. I just looked up and I just said, just don't let me go. That's all I said. And y'all, instantly the headache disappeared as if it was never there. But God took it a whole step further. There was a tangible peace that came upon me, y'all. It was like this coolness, like this. It's hard to put it into words, but it was all around like my neck area, the bottom of my neck, the bottom of like my head, like where it was really aching and hurting. Like it was this tangible peace that came upon me. And I was just in awe. The first thing I said, like, this can't be real. Look, you ask for God to not let you go. And then you experience that and you're like, what is this? Like this, I was in awe. And I didn't think it was real. Y'all, I couldn't even think the thoughts anymore. I tried to. I know this. I tried to think about the thoughts that I was thinking about, and they wouldn't even come into my mind. So, of course, I make it home because I was probably like maybe 2 minutes from home, and I'm sitting on my sofa. I'm still feeling this tangible peace upon me. I'm trying to think of the thoughts that won't even come back. And all I did was I just began to go into thanks. And just begin to thank God for just showing up and questioning myself, like, how come I didn't say, like, how come I didn't reach out to God sooner? Instead of me just like, oh, well, it'll go away one day, and that's why I'm sharing this, because I just want to encourage you. Look, whether you are, no matter where you're at on the spectrum, whether you're thinking of becoming a Christian, you have just become a Christian, or maybe you've just been kind of going through the motions, right, of being a Christian, but not really tapping into relationship with God, I just want to encourage you to call out to him, okay? And yes, you could call out to him when you're in those desperate situations, but even in just your regular, like, that's a loving relationship. I want to know it all. I don't want to just know when you're in distress, but I want to know when you're feeling good about something, like what's going well and what's not going well. So that's the reason for this post today. And I pray that it reaches you and that it encourages you, that God wants to show you that he is listening. He is the best listener, okay, ever. And so I just pray that you are encouraged to reach out to him. Okay? So you all be blessed. And look, we will chat soon. Love y'all.